Welcome, Monday afternoon. Did you had a good time this weekend? Had some fun? Some time to get up? Okay. Everybody's ready for this week? You have no idea what's going to happen. You closed up last week. This week is the Blue Banana Week. I will be your host for this week, not only me but also some colleagues of mine. I'm going to tell you and inform you what the week is all about, what you're going to expect, what the challenge is going to be, and it's feasible for the time that you have to execute it. And on Friday we have already the show moment. So this week is called the Blue Banana Week, and it's about disruptive messaging. What is, sorry, I have to switch, I had a long Dutch conversation in the lunch. What do you notice about these words on the screen? Nothing?
Disruptive messaging, you mean? About that?
No. What do you see?
You can read it even though it's not written correctly.
Yeah. So I was just checking if you're awake. There's no word disruptive messaging, but your mind says it's disruptive messaging because it fills in the gaps. Before we start, just to check in with each other, and the check-in is as follows. I want you to grab your phone. Anybody have your phone? It's a beautiful tool. What I want you to do is to look at the last picture that you have taken this weekend and share that picture and the story with your neighbor, friend next to you. So, and do not cheat. It has to be the last picture, and then you have like 2-3 minutes to share. So find the person next to you and just share your story, what the picture is about, and do not cheat. Experience in this weekend. So this was my last picture of the weekend. A friend of mine had an exposition. It was the last day. I thought I could surprise him, but he was in quarantine because his 2 children were ill, so he wasn't even at his own closing day for an exposition. But he makes Photoshop art. It's all layers. If you see some details up close, it's an art object from like 1.5 or 1.5 meters, and he showed it in with his friend because they both did the art school, and now they run the 3rd exposition already together. So this was my last picture, and it was really great to see it, and it gives me also inspiration. Okay, who am I? What do you want to know from me? Just ask me some questions and I will answer them. Maybe not all, but some of them. Yeah.
What's your education?
My education is I started after high school, vocational school in creative and graphic design. Then I switched, did leisure management, and afterwards when I worked in the creative industries, I did another university for the art again, and then I finished, and I'm like an artist and a lecturer, both. Okay, what else?
Why did you start working?
Well, you heard the story of Jochem that he mentioned. 5 years ago I noticed that my students were changing while I'm lecturing, and the thing is, as a lecturer, is that most of the times you run like the PowerPoint presentation of your fellow colleague and then you do the same thing. But I saw a shift in generation and was really eager about that. And then we shared stories about how do I look at education and how he looks at education. And 5 years ago we started with Fonts Educational Designers, and now we build it up into Pulse. So so the question is why I'm here, or? Yeah, I believe that we can make a change, and that everybody here has his own learning strategy, and it's asking the right questions to see what talent, what potential, what kind of person you are. And I think I do not have a purpose, but being here and sharing my experience and my stories and my skills and share my tools and that kind of stuff will help you in one of either way. Okay, what else? No more questions?
Where have you worked before?
I've worked, what I said, in creative industries. I worked a couple of years at an advertising agency as an operation manager. Then I worked for several promotion festival organizations. I made a switch and I worked for the government taxes while I was studying part-time on art school. I did a part-time art school for 6 years just to shift my market as a professional. So I have some experience with all the taxes. So if you wanted to know something about taxes, I can also inform you about that. And finally I ended up with Fontis in Tilburg as a lecturer and was a coordinator. I know the foreground, know the background of education, also know how to develop education, and now 5 years ago we started with not Pulsed, FED, Fontis Educational Designers, and now Pulsed. Cool, what else? So you're very polite. Oh, yeah.
How old are you, and do you have like children also?
Yeah, 42 years old, 2 children, a daughter of 15, a son of 11 years old, happily married, totally in my midlife crisis. So bought a motorcycle. No, that's a good question. Family man. Yeah.
Do you think that buying a motorcycle is a mid-crisis?
No, I just use it as like an apology to buy one. No. The thing with a motorcycle is it's like a boy's dream. I was 19 years old, I had my license, and I wanted to buy a motorcycle. I hadn't got the money, hadn't got the opportunity. And and when I turned 40, I went on a motorcycle trip to Scotland, really enjoyed it, and then I said like, hell, I have to buy a motorcycle, so now I have my own bike. And I'm really enjoying it because it feels like sort of extension of my body, just riding. Okay. As an example, if you ask a lot of questions, you get to know people. So it's very easy. Just pop a question and then people will answer if he wants or does not want to, but it gives you an insight. So you now have a clear image of who I am. They call me a creative educational designer, which loves rice and satay. That's what I love. I love traveling and I love barbecuing, and most of the time it's just me. So I'm not like a lecturer with all that knowledge. No, I'm just one of you guys. I have experience, I want to share it. Feel free to ask me, to pop questions and see how I can help you. And I hope within this minor you will also be yourself and try to find opportunities to create things, beautiful things, and be aware of what your potential is and what your talent is and what you can and what you cannot do. And fail forward a lot because that helps. So what is a blue banana? What do you think a blue banana is? Me? Who said me? Okay, why?
Because there are no blue bananas.
Cool, authenticity. Yeah, a blue banana is a week about creativity. I hope you will learn from us some extra creativity work forms and to dive a little bit more into your own personal story and vision. Try to find also the core values. A blue banana is something easily that can get you out of your comfort zone. If you walk into a supermarket, who would buy a blue banana? Yeah. And who would leave a blue banana because you would say like, ooh, it's not yellow, damn. Like there was a marketing campaign that they also used mayonnaise, it was green, nobody bought the mayonnaise. There's a reason where M&M's previous in the years ago, it hasn't got like a typical color of M&M's in it because people who won't prefer it. It's also psychology, what's behind it. So I'm going to use the blue banana this week just to help you a little bit get out of your zone, think ahead, think creative, and try to think of new things. And at the end of the week, you will get a beautiful product. But we're going to reveal the challenge on Tuesday afternoon because Monday and Tuesday afternoon in the beginning are ingredients to help you with finally get the challenge. And there will be time enough to execute it because it's a real feasible challenge within a week. So what do I believe in? I believe in that in the middle, that's your comfort zone. If I would ask you to stand on this table and act like Lady Gaga, would you do it?
If you pay me.
If you pay me, good one. So there are some things that will get you out of your comfort zone and some things will it's really hard to get you out of your comfort zone. So to get a more solid personal base and vision, it's good to think of your identity, your fails, your fascination on the left side, that you diverge a lot, create ideas, so that you experience a lot, that you fail a lot. throughout the creative techniques, and that you make choices, because you have to make choices, otherwise it's going to be abstract, and there's like air castles that you can build, but make it concrete. And finally, when you make those choices, you can converge it, and then we will work up to a more solid personal base and vision. So it's not only that you feel a lot, you know a lot, but bring it together. So that's very important. Who's really like thinking in his head all the time, like rationally, responsible? Who? Okay, and who likes to do things about a gut feeling? Yeah. And who's like, oh, I'm choked, because sometimes it's really hard to do things, or less curious. Yeah. So everything has to be, for me, it has to be in balance. If you can manage to use your head, use your gut feeling, bring it together, then beautiful things will happen. And if you believe in it, then it also will be happen. Like 5 years ago, we wouldn't imagine that we would be here in this room. So if you believe, work hard, play hard, then you can accomplish things. So this is also what we're going to do in these couple of days about disruptive messaging. I'm gonna switch this into one question. Did you experience last couple of weeks, or maybe last couple of months, a disruptive moment that you thought about, damn, it like shocked me, or amazed me, what kind of stuff? Just think about it, 30 seconds, and then I really would like to hear an example of you. Anyone? A disruptive moment? Could be anything, something you see on TV. Yeah.
I was biking with my bike, and two girls ran in my back, so I had to call the ambulance because she actually broke her knee.
Oh, really?
It's pretty weird.
Yeah. Okay. And she's doing fine?
She just broke her knee.
Okay. Oh, she just broke her knee.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's good. Okay, somebody else. Disruptive moment. Yeah.
In December, I found out that one of my best friends got cancer.
Damn. So that really affects the mind, and also.
Yeah. We stood together for 5 years, and we sit on the same desk for years together.
Yeah.
And now seeing him sick was disturbing.
Yeah. Good luck with him. Like, yeah.
He'll be fine.
Okay. Cool.
He loves some art.
Let's enjoy life still. So disruptive moments can happen personal. You can see campaigns. People use it to emphasize things, or it just can be very spontaneous that you're not aware of it. And it can be effective in a positive or negative way. But a disruptive messaging is what we want to do to let people think. That is also like the objective that we want to do. And if it comes from out your own core values, where you stand for, then it's what you feel and that you can shout out to the world, and hopefully you can reach out to people. Here's some examples that I, like the past weeks, I like collecting things. So this is what I saw on the socials, I thought like last month. How can you make people think about something and have those simple disruptive messaging like you point out? So this guy, I don't know if you ever seen this on the socials, the guy that had a cardboard, I really love it, like standing in just the center of the city. And the left one I really like, put more chips in the bag. He emphasized disruptive messaging by annoying things that daily happen. Who's also annoyed by you buy a bag of chips and like 2/3 is filled with air. Like my daughter came home and she said like, oh Dad, I had like the family pack, it cost me much, but why is there so many air in the bag? So he puts out the message. The other one is stop posting your home workouts. During the COVID period, the entire socials were filled with people who did those workouts or wanted to learn people how to do those workouts. So this simple thing of disrupting messaging. The other thing is it can also be from out a political statement. Who knows her? Yeah. What are your thoughts, feelings about her? Yeah, yeah, about Greta? No, you raise your hand like I know her?
Oh, you asked?
Yeah, I asked you, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, I know her, but I think everybody knows her.
Yeah.
But I think she's stands for something, but at the same time, I feel like there is something behind it.
Yeah. So why did she stood out from her political action? What was the thing that she was noticeable, that people noticed her? Her age, yeah. What do you say?
Very young.
Very young. Something more? Yeah, facial reaction.
I would say I feel sorry for a kid being so exposed to other people and the whole world, because a lot of people are hating her and stuff.
Yeah.
So just, yeah.
The whole world fell over her, like wow, the media, bomb. Yeah.
She comes up with a new generation of people who have to live in the world, and she takes it on her to make a statement about it.
Yeah. And people agree or do not agree with her, but I think that everybody has his own truth. It's not for me to say like it's beautiful, it's ugly. No, when you listen to a person and you have your opinion, because that is also correct, but it has its own truth. But she managed to like activate the entire world responding on what she said in a good and a bad way. Socials exploded when she was on the screen. So this is also a possibility to have disruptive messaging. That's not like a clear definition I'm going to use. It's just like throughout the examples that you will get from this afternoon also by my fellow colleagues. Another expression of disruptive messaging is Banksy. Do you know Banksy? Yeah, cool graffiti artist, really love it. Also my background as an artist, I really love his work, but also how he connects it with the context. So he finds a spot, makes a graffiti, nobody knows him, but people are having their own thoughts about the graffiti art. So the left one is van Vermeer, the girl with the pearl, and he did it on a graffiti wise and changed like the earring that was hung was an emergency box, and somebody in the COVID period put a mask over it. They're not sure if it's Banksy because it's not on his own post, but if you walk by it does something to you. And the other one with the little girl, you know it? You've seen it before? That one went viral. Little girl with the balloon, a lot of explanations how what. I think it's all about believing in hope, that people are aware that there's still hope, and he had a sort of variations with that, but that's the most familiar one. So disruptive matching can be in all different sorts of possibilities, orders, but I think it works when people are giving. Okay. I have a moment. Do you want to say something? Oh, okay. That they are aware of something and that they open up to their own thoughts. What I want you to show, and then we're going forward, is the commercial of Coca-Cola. Do you know the commercial? Okay, just take a look at it.
Stop. Wait.
Who says we have to go back to normal?
Who says we have to go back to normal?
Back to anything. What
Back to anything.
What if the new normal ain't the normal we knew? And we can't just do what we formerly do? What if the biggest change is you and me? What if we choose to be open and say,
I will never call my job unimportant again.
I will never say the teacher's holidays are too long, or the school is dry and I can't wait to move on? My ears are not my earphones.
What if I listen?
What if I'm missing how bright your eyes glisten? What if I just smile a bit, travel less and love every mile of it? What if I believe in the change I'm cooking, my music and do? Hey, what if I don't dance, but just for you, I might give in to the rhythm soon. I might give in to the rhythm soon. What if I refuse to be a stranger in my own living room? And I'll learn my lesson from a bad memory. And I'll keep social distance from bad energy. And I'll prove that funny beats sexy any day. But I'm still cute anyway. What if my dreams never take the back seat again? What if I'm there whenever you need a friend? What if I celebrate my skin, my body, my hair every day, even Mondays? And I stand by every word I say. I'll make my vote count, make my voice heard today. You know what? I will Never.
Never said the city has too many tourists.
I'll lead like a woman. I'll have a family of dozens. I'll give my little nephews and nieces some cousins. I'll stay right beside you. I'll say yes, yes, yes. I do. See, I'll never forget how much struggle we are together. I'll carry that in my heart forever. We'll weather the storm. So I'll be open like never before.
Well, you know Pulse, eh? You know us. We explode sometimes. Okay, what are your thoughts about this footage? Yeah.
I think it's just woke capitalism. It's all about just selling Coca-Cola products and just make a nice high video around it. That's it.
Okay.
You also don't get the relation with Coca-Cola and the whole message.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something nice, Coca-Cola.
Yeah. What else? Other reactions, other ideas, opinions? Your truth?
It made me smile.
Sorry?
It made me smile.
Okay, cool. What I really like is the message, and I can affirm to you that having a brand, using the period as a COVID time, and then make money of it, it's a commercial use, it makes you smile. What do you think about using their distribution channel to spread out the message?
What is it, their distribution channel?
Coca-Cola is internationally.
Yeah.
So when they announce something, when they pronounce something, it's not for the small group, but they shout out to the world. So what do you think of that? That they do this as a commercial in the time for COVID, and that people are making more aware of it, how they can act.
I think also when it comes to Coca-Cola, it's almost expected. Because every time something happens, Coca-Cola makes a commercial, sending a message to people. Because they are so big, everyone sees it somewhere, in the cinema or on TV.
Yeah.
So I think it's also like, it's expected that they send out a message, let them know how they feel
Yeah.
in the whole situation.
Okay, cool. What do you know about the history of Coca-Cola?
Used to contain cocaine inside.
Yeah, this is the second time I heard that. This is a good one.
I think they still use coca leaves, but they extract the active substance.
There is like the top secret ingredient that they do not pronounce. It's like locked in some sort of big safe. Nobody knows what the flavor makes the flavor. But true, back in the history, there was cocaine.
Even nowadays, I think you can easily Google it. They're the only company in the world that has allowed to deal with coca leaves.
Okay.
I don't know what they do with the...
Okay, besides ingredients, what do you know more about the company, its history, where they come from?
They had a lot of time struggling in the beginning.
Yeah, true. What else? Yeah. And do not Google at this particular moment, just promote your own...
Christmas.
Yeah. Okay. That's also like a beautiful part. Coca-Cola started as a medicine product with some secret ingredients. Then they shifted into a drink. They were very important in the Second World War because the military, they gave happiness and like, how do you call it, more confidence to the soldiers because they were drinking Coca-Cola. Finally it went abroad, and then the franchise came up and they distributed it around the world, coming to the hands also from the German army side. So the story behind the brand will maybe give you more insight what they were doing, and sure, it is a product, so they want to make profit. But they also use their distribution channel to share messages. They want to create happiness. Yeah, you buy a Coke, but it gives people a smile. So disruptive messaging, even in the campaigns, like we said about Santa, they created Santa in America. That's very like special. They this is the reason that Santa wears red in America. So there's a lot of within the vision, within the values of Coca-Cola that they translated into their product, that makes it alive, that makes people really feel that if you go to Asia or you go to Sri Lanka, you go to the desert, then when you open a Coke, you feel just like McDonald's, a little bit at home. And that's really special if a brand can do that, to accomplish that kind of feeling with every person. So what I would like you to do is, it's not about Coca-Cola, but it's like open like you never before, but then in a context within Embrace and within that you're studying at Post. So this week, if we can accomplish that you open like never before and that you can do something with that, and tomorrow we're going to explain what, then it's a good step towards the next challenges, because you can use your values, your interest in something, your passion, just let it feel. Because if you're going to make stuff for the other tracks, or you want to accomplish things, then the most beautiful thing is that it comes from the inside. So on Monday we'll start with my colleague friend Erik. He has his own company, and I asked him to share his story about his background. Then we have a more active class after a break with Chirag Bassin. Tomorrow we're going to dive a little bit more into concepting, storytelling and revealing the challenge. On Wednesday we have a creative look back, and we're going to tell you the possibilities of how to work with typography. On Thursday, make and create. And on Wednesday, or on Friday, you're going to show what you are going to make. I had some struggles with Grow, so there will be the courses and all the kind of stuff will be on Grow. I just put on, I managed to put on the description of the challenge. It's on this number. You will find it in Grow under project, not courses. It's just a small description. After today, tomorrow, there will be also the courses. It's just a glitch that I have to cover. That was it for now. And thank you for listening for the kickoff of the Blue Banana. For those who missed it, we are recording everything, so you can look it back later on. And I will give the word to Erik, and he will take you with you into his story. So give a round of applause for Erik.